Hey, what's up? This is Chosen. Happy Monday to you, and this is going to be a Raid Shadow Legends weekly kickoff video. We've got some craziness going on, like a summoning boost almost every single day, and then we've also got a new video here where Scratch is going to interview Cirilla about some upcoming things in Raid, so I'm going to get you caught up on how to get your week kicked off for Raid. Let's get into it. Alrighty, so first of all, I've never really seen Plarium do as many summon rushes as this consistently without like any sort of fragment or fusion or CVC or anniversary or anything going on in game. They're just kind of popping off here in the last week of June to go with a bunch of 10x events. So most notably today on Monday, we're going to be getting a 10x event for Masha Led and then also Necro. So you've got like your non-void champion and your void champion, and I'll get more into Mashalet and Necro here in a little bit because they are the ones today. Then tomorrow you're going to be getting Walking Tomb Drang and Hegemon, and then on Wednesday we're going to be getting Helicath and Enithwe, and then on Thursday we're going to be getting Knocked the Paralyzer and then Blind Seer, and then on Friday I'm sure it will launch into the weekend where there'll be some sort of bigger summon event going on, 2x, some guaranteed champion, something like crazy. So basically every day this week there's going to be something going on. And then down here towards the bottom it says from Tuesday to Friday they're going to be running a special summon rush event that's worth 250% more event points, and when we can see that live in game we'll be able to kind of analyze what this means. But I think that's super unfortunate because of course they do Masha Led and Necrit on Monday, but they don't count that towards the special summon rush because that's probably going to be like the most sought after day is today when it has Masha Led and Necrit, and then they don't include that in the event. They wait until the next day when it's some of the lesser sought after champions. Well, they will actually start the event. And if we look at the tournaments and the events right here, we don't even see it. We see like the Path of Light. I mean, is this the one that's going to count? This isn't like a summon rush. Path of Light is usually a little bit different, so I don't know where they're talking about here. Like, I doubt that's it, but that would be like the time frame. It should start tomorrow, but that's Path of Light, so I think that's going to be different than what they're talking about right here towards the bottom because it says special summon rush event, but we can't even see it teased yet, and it's supposed to start tomorrow. So usually you would see it by now and it would have a countdown, but it doesn't. So we'll have to talk about this when it goes live in game, and I'll have to give you the full breakdown of it. And then also super excited for my friend and teammate Scratch. I work with Scratch a lot on all sorts of different projects. Super smart and good dude. So I'm excited to see this interview that he did with Cirilla. So this is actually going to be linked in game. You can click on the details right here and it pulls it up on my other monitor as you can hear it right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to link to this down below. That way if you want to watch it, you can check it out with my link here on the video without even having to go in game. But then I'm also going to give you my reaction to some of the main talking points, and we'll break it down, and I'll give you some of the context that I have in relation to the discussion that they're doing right now. So I'll either have that out here on the channel later this afternoon or tomorrow at the latest. But before we move on to some of the in-game stuff, I do want to touch on Necrit and Masha Led really quickly because they are live today. So first of all, we'll start with the Void Legendary in Necrit. Now, Necro is obviously amazing. He is a champion that he kind of fills a special role in those tanky compositions. And he's one of those utility champions that every account wants. He's one of those like Kymar, Seer type of champions where he really has a good niche and you want those capabilities on your account. So I do think you're going to see some of your higher spenders, especially the ones that are closer to Mercy, that are probably going to want to be pulling for Necrit, especially if they don't have him yet. Now, one super cool thing to note about Necrit is that he only takes 6 books. So you've got 4 here on the A1, 1 on the A2, and then 1 on the A3, and that is it. So kudos to Plarium. I mean, when they do something right, we got to give him credit. Necrit is a top tier champion, and he only takes 6 legendary books. So obviously, great role in the game, very well designed, super cool kit. Only takes 6 books, and I think that is a great way to design a Void Legendary in the game. So I do think Necrit is going to be a popular event. It's just unfortunate they didn't let it double dip with the special event. They should have kicked that off on today and then just had it go from Monday to Friday and have it be a hyped up Summon Rush event. But of course, they're going to wait to launch it till tomorrow after the Masha Led and Necrit stuff going on. So all in all, for the vast majority of you, I would say it's best to hold off on your Void Shards either for a 2x or a guaranteed summon event, but it is going to make sense for some people to pull for Necro because he is a super cool account changing champion. And then for Mashaled is also an amazing champion. He's one of the better, just generally useful non-void legendaries. You can use him places like the Hydra. He can be great in the arena in all sorts of different teams, like a tanky team, or he can even be a decent damage dealer. His A3 actually hits really hard. He can be a speed booster and a CC'er because he's going to place a speed up for 2 turns and a true fear for 2 turns on a 3-turn cooldown. That's a super, super good ability. A little bit of raid history 101 that we like to do here on the channel. Mashaled was a complete trash can on the launch of the game. A lot of people, a lot of content creators, a lot of people in the community thought that Mashaled was the worst legendary in the game. I think one of my first legendary tier lists that I did like back 3 months after the game came out or whatever, I had Mashaled as dead last. He was the worst champion in the game. And Plarium was struggling with rebalancing him. They claimed because he is a campaign boss, and if they changed his kit, it would have ripple effects that would hurt newer players, was kind of the justification they gave for not wanting to update his balance, but they did eventually do it, and a big change was to this tornado ability becoming amazing. As you can see right here on stage 3 of the campaign in the catacombs of Narbuk, you've got Mashaled as the boss right here. So since it is such an early campaign stage, Plarium was a little bit scared to adjust his kit and then have him slaughtering new players who can't get past it. But the nice thing about this one right here is that Mashaled is Spirit Affinity, and a lot of your newer players are going to have their strongest champion be Magic Affinity because they probably start with like KO or something. So you're going to have a Magic Affinity champion that can kind of help you blast through stage 3 before you get bottlenecked. I know a big one that bottlenecks people is going to be right here on Felwyn's Gate because a lot of the champions are Force, and you've got the War Chief right here as Force. So I think usually for newer players, this stage 5 with all of the Force Red Affinity is going to be that kind of like first brick wall for some of your newer players. They're going to struggle with their Magic Affinity starter. And then for tournaments and events, so we do have some pretty interesting stuff going on. We've got some new artwork, first of all, here on our different tournament banners. And this Dragon tournament is actually a decent one. You've got the 200 coins here at 1525. I would at least try to do enough to get your 1525 right here on the Dragon tournament because it also double dips with a 2x for speed. And then we've got the top 5 getting ancient shards. So I do like that. Usually it's only like number 1 or number 2. I like how they're making it a little bit more robust, but let me scroll down here. Let's see how big the tournament groups are. I hope it's 100, not 200. It is 100, so that is good. So a pretty decent Dragon tournament. Now it's obviously unfortunate that they're not doing a 3x. I think these drop fever events need to be 3x. And just really quickly, the way this works is that this current live 2x event will give you a 20% drop rate on the speed set if you're farming the Dragon. And the way they do it for a drop fever is that instead of 1/9, it will become 2/10, which is 20%. And then for a 3x, it becomes 3/11 or 27%. So not a bad time to get in there and do a few Dragon runs and scoop up the 1525 to double dip and get a few coins here with the Dragon tournament. Other stuff going on, champion training tournament. So this was like the special one where you've got the Whale Wars going for the new champion in Tatsu. My group's actually decently realistic in all honesty. I wasn't even gonna bother trying to go for it because the last time I did, I ended up completely screwing myself over and ending up versus a whale. And like I just like, especially with the groups being, I think these ones are 200, they're not even 100. So if I scroll down and we go flying right past, yeah, so these are 200 groups. So I was just letting this go. I've seen some friends and clanmates sending me screenshots of needing like 200,000 points and stuff, and I just wasn't going to do that for Tatsu this week. But anyway, that one is going to be coming to a close today. So if you're in a fight for Tatsu, good luck to you, and I hope it goes well for you. And then we already kind of covered the event type stuff going on. We'll have to see if tomorrow, once we can, like, I doubt this Path of Light is going to be the summon rush they're talking about, but for some reason we can't see it yet. Hopefully tomorrow we'll get that kind of new summon rush down here that we can analyze. Also, brand new Doom Tower is up. We've got the Frost Spider Doom Tower. So make sure you're checking. What I'd like to remind you to do is check your progress missions. Because when you go to do the Doom Tower, sometimes your next progress mission will be like clear floor 100 on normal or clear floor 100 on hard. So check which one you should do first, normal or hard, and go up the one that's going to be your next progress mission. But I'll also try to get like an updated Frost Spider boss fight guide here on the channel and give you the rundown of this current iteration of the Doom Tower. And would you look at that, we've got 2 minutes left on the live arena, so I don't get to do this as much as I would like. Let's go ahead and let's do a live arena fight, because it's not super often that I get to do this in a video. So I kind of do this the lazy route. I use probably something pretty close to the same team most times. I use Marichka, and then I go with Duchess and Mighty Uko for the buff strip. So I've got the 2 toughness, the utility support, and then on the back end, I'll either pick two damage dealers or like a Torment and a damage dealer. So right now they do have a booster here with Kimmy that I'm not going to be removing. So I'm going to go with the block revive so I can win a long sustained fight, and then I'll also go with Torment. They'll probably ban my Marichka. I'm going to ban their lockout. As long as I don't get locked out, I should be fine here. Oh no, they banned my Torment. Yeah, see, so that's why I don't have to bring a second damage dealer. A lot of times they get scared of Marichka or Torment, and I can just sit here and snowball long term with the Mortimakov. So let's take the speed aura and let's rip. I think we should be pretty good here. I think we got a good chance here. They'll probably have like a shield set of Mountain King with a big shield. Looks like they don't. So Mountain King's probably built for damage. They're gonna boost up with Lady Kimmy. I can't block it, unfortunately. Looks like they didn't have much success stripping that. My Duchess gets a turn, which is super handy. Marichka got slept. That's unfortunate. They don't have a cleanse, so I'm going to go ahead and block buffs while stripping, and then we'll come around the next time and do the speed up. So should be pretty good here. I don't really need to target anybody specifically. Probably the Kymar is the one I want to get rid of. I don't want the CC and the sleeping and all of that. So if I pop off with a peril on my Mortu, I want to take down that Kymar. I don't really fear the Genbo. Oh, I hit weak. Yeah, that was a silly mistake. Bad luck there to hit weak twice on my Mortu. I didn't think he would hit twice and not kill the Kymar, but got him low enough where should be able to take him down, but he's gonna get another turn off. Unless I ally... Oh, no. The ally attack did it. Yep, okay. There we go. So, it didn't go perfect. It wasn't perfectly smooth, but we had time to get one live arena match in. Okay, then for the offers. Is there anything worth talking about here? Nope. This Great Deal Mix Pack. Purchase limit of 3. That's not going to be very good. The Development Pack, 15. It's all chicken. For a high spender new player, maybe. But for 90% of you, no. Summer Shard Series, interesting. Okay, Summer Shard Series, you've got, yeah, 4 and 1. That's not a good start. This one will actually be decent. Number 2, so 2 and 4 will be pretty good. Again, so for high spenders maybe, but for low to medium spenders, no. Not gonna quite cut it. So I don't see anything super hype up in the shop right now. So, okay, I'm going to head over to watching this Scratch and Cirilla interview so I can give you the detailed reaction and breakdown of some of the main talking points. But in the meantime, definitely check it out because it's going to be a fun discussion with Scratch and Cirilla. Shout out to my good friend Scratch for the interview going on there. And I appreciate all of you. Remember to subscribe on your way out if you enjoy daily Raid Shadow Legends content. I will see you soon in the next video. Thanks for watching. Peace.